to make a top 10 video. It's a bit of a dream come true in a way, because you know, JonTron, Peanut Butter Gamer, I've always enjoyed their top 10s, and you know, even some random people who aren't even big names, you know, I'll look at top 10s and I'll see like, hey, you know, that's cool. Like, actually, God of War 3's ending, Jak 2's ending, and Shadow of Colossus, no, not Jak 2, Jak 3's ending and Shadow of the Colossus were all spoiled for me in a top 10, but this was before I owned a PlayStation 3, and I never thought that I would actually have, like, get the chance to play those games, because I thought, oh, I have an Xbox 360, I'm never gonna play these games, whatever, you know, and then eventually I fortunately was able to get a PlayStation 3 back in 2012, in fall of 2012. Well, back in fall of 2012, I got my PS3, and oh, I did not look back. Especially because I was so fed up with Xbox at the time, because if you recall, or are uninformed, there was a update that changed the whole UI, basically, of the 360, and it was not good. They already had, like, the Windows-esque looked, and then they made it, like, look Windows 8-ier, and it just really didn't look good. And keep in mind, I had an Xbox for like a long time. The 360 is my one and only Xbox piece of merchandise, I guess you could say, or Xbox console. Anyway, you know, I had good times on it and everything, but then they raised the price of gold from 50 to 60, and then, you know, there was like the whole like thing with like the ads on the dashboard, and I'm like, what the fuck, you know, and that was like almost bearable, but what broke the straw on the camel's back, or whatever the fuck people say with stupid sayings, is they put Justin Bieber on my dashboard. And my friends could tell you how much I bitch about this, but they put Justin Bieber on my dashboard. They had an advertisement for under the music section. Now they had like Evanescence and Korn and maybe Metallica, you know, just more mainstream stuff, but it's like, why are you gonna put this? Why are you advertising this to me? Alright everybody, I do apologize for that random cut. You see, my laptop went into sleep mode, and when I clicked the mouse pad, I actually had it hovering over the record button, so it stopped the recording, and I thought I had clicked it and I recorded the rest of the level, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start the level over. It's not a hard level, but anyway, I was talking about you know, Justin Bieber being on the dashboard, and I was like, why in the hell would you advertise this to me when I'm already paying the $60, you know, for the Xbox Live? And then, you know, like, I was a little fed up, like there wasn't that many games coming out, and, you know, the only thing to look forward to was Halo 4, and my friends weren't really like playing as much anymore at the time, and yeah, I was just like, you know, I guess you could have looked forward to GTA 5 at the time, not thinking about it, but you know, that was a whole year without any games that were like really worth having the system for. And so at the time I was looking at Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater 3D whatever on 3DS, and what had happened was that like I got into that game, and excuse me, I was looking up Metal Gear, I was looking up Metal Gear Solid 1 and, you know, all those games, and I was looking up reviews online, and I'm like, oh, these games look so interesting, and, you know, I really want to get into them. And I looked up 4, and I was like, oh my god, I need to get into 4. 4 just looks amazing. Like, have you ever seen Metal Gear Solid 4? Like, the amount of, like, animations and things you can do in that game, like, it's just so detailed, it's incredible, and I would only hope that, you know, we could get another game like that from Hideo Kojima, like with that little level of intimacy in the gameplay. But, you know, other than some of the other problems with the game was like lack of I guess levels in a sense, because the first and second levels were fine, but then the third one is like a cutscene, and the fourth level it was, I mean, for me, you know, you go back to Shadow Moses and it's cool, but you were fighting those little robot with hand thingies, I forgot what they're called, and then the last level is just like you're doing a lot of non-traditional gameplay stuff, which is fine, but, you know, I ideally, like, what I love most about that game is just the gameplay from like the first and the second levels. But anyway, so I'm looking up Metal Gear, and you know, I'm like on my Xbox, and I admit I was like a dumb little fanboy. Just, you know, as a teenager, you grow up on the internet, and you know, you see like people say like, oh, Xbox sucks, Sony sucks, Nintendo sucks, whatever. And you know, oh my god, I did the spin. What the hell? So anyway, you know, I think I might make this just like 2 episodes separately. But anyway, so yeah, I was just fed up with the Xbox, and I thought like, you know what, screw this. And there was a little bit of fanboyism in that judgment, because even though I was on Xbox this whole time, or maybe not even fanboyism, it genuinely was like I felt like shitty as a customer, because you know, I was paying the $60 for the gold, and then they're advertising Justin Bieber to me, and there wasn't like any games, and I'm like, why do I want to play this? So I got the PS3, and you know what, I got all these games for cheap on Amazon. I got Little Big Planet 2, I got Metal Gear, I got Uncharted 2 and 3, and I got Mod Nation Racers, and I got each of those games for like $10 at the time. I had scored like some amazing sale, and it was incredible, and I was like, okay, I got all these cool games, you know, and I was playing PS3, and I'm like, I'm like back to my roots, because when I started playing video games, my first console was the Super Nintendo, and then my next one after that was the PlayStation. And the thing about the PlayStation is like, it was amazing, you know, and I loved it, and I don't know why I never got a PS2. I got a GameCube, you know, laugh if you will, but I felt at the time everyone had a GameCube, you know, but the GameCube was cool, it had Smash Bros and all that, but you know, I never got a PS2. And then after my GameCube, the way after the the Wii had come out, I got my 360, and you know, I got Halo 3 and all those games everyone played, and it was a good time while it lasted. But you know, I moved on to PlayStation, and I caught up on like a backlog of that, and thankfully they had the Ratchet, God of War, Jak and Daxter collection, and you know, so many good games. The Infamous collection, oh my god, I love those games. And then I bought GTA on it, and Last of Us, and Metal Gear Rising, and you know, I just had a good time with it. And then the Metal Gear collection, and then like I said, I got to play Metal Gear Solid 4, and you know, it was a really good time. And Phantom Pain, holy shit, you know, in its own way, it surpasses all the other Metal Gears, even though that I don't know, topic for another day. But yeah, this concludes another episode of Aku Plays. I hope you guys enjoyed. It might come off a little disjointed because you know, I accidentally clicked the thing. I really gotta fix that. I think I'm gonna fix that right now after I turn off this episode. But thank you so much for watching, you guys. I'll see you on the next episode, and we'll go ahead and fight Ripperoo here, and that one might be an episode all on its own, because I do remember having a little bit of trouble with him, but we'll see how I fare. Goodbye, everybody. I love you.